To Danny. Here we are, Danny. How are you, man?
I'm well. How are you?
Good to see you. Good.
Yeah, likewise.
Good.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, I am happy that you're here. This is great. I saw Danny yesterday, and so me and Danny originally blew up on this app called YouNow.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was like late 2012, early 2013.
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
So what's been going on since then? I want to hear.
A lot. I started out on YouNow kind of as more of a fan. I was on to, watch my favorite creators, and back then, Charles and Ali were really huge, and the British YouTubers were always on. And then since then, I've kind of worked my way up. I've started getting involved in the industry. I work for a company called Social Blade now. I do operations management there. It's an analytics and data company where we provide easy to use.
What is operations management?
Operations management. So I'm doing I'm running our blog, I'm running our MCN, I'm running our email newsletters, working with some of our top clients, things like that.
Got it. Sorry, carry on.
You're good, you're good. And so at the company, we do statistics and data. So anyone can go on and plug in their YouTube channel, or their Twitter, or their Instagram, or their Twitch account, and see how many followers they're gaining every day, and see how they're ranking up to other creators. And
you know what we can do? We can actually do that right now.
Oh yeah, wait, you guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the picture-in-picture, so I can show you talking.
Got it.
And I can show the camera. Let's
do it.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. So.
I mean, wow. That is crazy that technology can do it. Okay, go for it, you guys. Go for it.
So here we go. We got the Social Blade. It's loading. Our Wi-Fi here,
It's not great.
Like I said, 30,000 people here. You can give and you can take, but beggars can't be choosers. All right, so let's. What channel do you want to look at?
So this is our site. So plug in PewDiePie. He's always a great example.
PewDiePie. And you guys have been getting a lot of organic traffic, because whenever these YouTube what would you say? Whenever they take out a bunch of inactive followers, or whenever there's some type of
YouTube does subscriber purchase all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So they always use screenshots of your site to show what's going down, and I mean that's good organic traffic for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. We have a live sub counter now too, and we make sure that our website name is in the screenshots that people are taking.
Gotcha.
So they're for sure to get on the social media.
That's ingenious. So here we have PewDiePie. You can see what grade the channel gets.
Yep. So that's a proprietary grading system. We use a number of different factors to calculate that for every channel. Most channels are a C-. Obviously not PewDiePie, but
yes. So you can see also about how much he makes per year. So what goes into that? Because that's a huge range.
That is a huge range, and we get a lot of flack for it being a huge range. But we want to be sure that we're not misleading people, because it could be on either extreme. We use a 50 cent to $4 CPM range, and so that's how much a creator might make per 1,000 views they're getting on YouTube. So at the low end, he could be making 600,000 a year. At the high end, he could be making upwards of 10 million. As a general rule of thumb, especially for bigger creators, it's usually about half of the top end. So somewhere around 5 million. Okay. Is a good guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, living life, making $5 million on YouTube.
Yeah, low key, no problem.
Yeah, no big deal, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what is the equivalent of where analytics right now to our society represents what in 1700?
Oh God.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know that there is a comparison to that.
Does it represent a brand new technology that changes the world? Does it represent an embracing of a technology that already existed that's better? Or is it fundamentally going to change how we see? Is it learning that evolution was a thing? Is it going to change how society exists?
I think the second thing you said, maybe advancing on a technology that was already there. 1700s, there might have been some social clout, people might have been more popular than others, but now we have ways to actually measure that. But it's for sure something that's really, really new. Yeah, that's interesting though to think about it in that way.
I was just curious. Yes, thank you.
And I'm about to do this right now. So you can actually go to facebook.com, the Switcher Studios. I actually forgot to share the video, so I'm going to do it right now. And it's actually weird seeing myself on the video because.
Oh, are you there right now?
Yeah, I'm here right now. We're live, so I'm gonna. gonna go ahead and share this. Make sure you share this video with all your friends so they can see us fumble around live on camera for 4 straight hours here live from VidCon. Danny, how many VidCons have you been to?
This is my 6th VidCon.
Your 6th
Yeah.
VidCon. And the amount of people that have showed up has almost tripled over the past couple years.
I would, yeah, more than that. I think the first year I went, it was somewhere around 4,000.
Wow.
And I think there's roughly 30,000
They're
or so this
expecting
year.
30,000
Yeah.
people here.
Yeah.
And it was 25,000 last year. So that's
Right.
even, they like took what they did
Every year.
in 1 year, 6 years ago, 4,000 people, and they just added that to a $25,000 tour.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's really insane. It's
So-
it's unrecognizable from the first year that I went. And then even the years before that were even smaller. You know, it wasn't even at the convention center. It was in a hotel basement.
Yeah.
For the first 2 years.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So
This isn't your first VidCon, right?
this is my first VidCon.
Is it really?
So I'm kind of
No
blown out
way,
of the
yeah.
water. This is Joel's first VidCon too.
Okay.
And Joel has kids that are about the age of like these Musical.ly stars, right? So like it's kind of like a shell shock to see these kids. Like that could be your kid with like 500,000 followers on Musical.ly.
It's got to be terrifying as
It's
a parent
insane.
to think that
It's
like that many people could be
insane.
watching your kid.
Danny, last night I went to the YouNow
Two filter
filter.
card. Yeah, I
thing.
was there. Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
So you walked up the stairs, right?
Yep.
You look to the right, you look to the left. What do you see?
Children.
Children on the couch.
Yeah.
Even like
Children with drinks in their hand.
they had drinks. No, come on, don't do that. We do not have. We do. I did not see that. We do
Okay.
not have evidence of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Are you serious?
I mean,
Oh, you're going. This is
mean-
live. This is live.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
there were a lot of kids.
There were a lot of kids.
For sure.
Take us through the thing again. Show us something else.
Take us
it
through the
does.
thing. All right.
Yes, show us another feature.
Sure. So you get all the information basically here at a glance. You can see what network they're claimed by. It's interesting to note that Maker Studios recently dropped him from their network, but despite them coming out and saying that he's still claimed by them. So it could be like a contract thing, or it's really nice to be able to see that here because nowhere on YouTube can you see what network a creator's with. If
So
you
who
scroll
is the
down,
highest ranked creator that is unclaimed? Do you know that?
oh boy, off the top of my head, I don't.
That's a great
That's
question.
a great question.
Because I want to know
Because
that.
that
I
person
think-
is going to get signed in a heartbeat here.
No, because if they've held out this long, they're not going to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that they would.
I mean, we can look.
I
real
know
quick.
the only
Let's
reason
find out.
that H3 signed is because they were getting sued for fair use. They were making fair use content,
Right.
and they wanted to get
wanted the
protection.
legal
They didn't want to keep
support.
a lawyer on retainer, so they just signed with a network who
Yeah.
has lawyers on retainer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You doing it?
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi.
Okay, great.
There
Well,
we go.
in the meantime, why don't you talk about the NBA draft?
All right, so the NBA
NBA
draft is
draft.
going on today. Actually, a kid that grew up like 10 minutes away from me is like a top draft prospect. Luke Kennard went to a high school literally the next town over from me.
Let's go to a commercial while you're finding
All
this.
right, cut to a commercial. Done with the NBA draft.
All right.
All right, and with that
we're
being
back.
said, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You know, sometimes the only peace and quiet we get is in that 6x6 room called the bathroom. Shout out to all the dads. Back
out
to
to all the
Social Blade.
dads.
Back to Social Blade. So what do we got going on here?
We're taking a look. I'm trying to find for you.
Oh,
I think
none.
he might be
Okay, so
Wenderson Nunez.
But
20
he's from
million
Brazil.
subscribers. Yeah, from Brazil.
do you think that plays into why he doesn't have a network?
That could totally be part of it. A lot of the big networks are either based like in the UK or here in the US. There are definitely some expanding into Asia. I don't know of a ton in South America yet.
Yeah.
That could very well be part of it.
So you said that Social Blade has a MCN component to it.
Kind of, yeah. We work with Broadband TV, and they run all of like the logistics of the network, and then we run operations and partner support.
Okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about what that means, just
So-
for like the people at home that
Yeah,
don't really know.
Broadband TV provides the technology. They're providing the dashboard, the tools, the payroll, and then we're doing the support. So if you want to chat with someone about your channel, how to optimize your channel, you want consulting or individualized help, you come to us, and then we provide.
Okay.
all of it.
And how do you think Social Blade plays in with other multi-channel networks? Do other multi-channel networks use Social Blade's platform, or do they have their own software that?
A lot of them have both internal tools for their like channel managers and things like that, and then also tools on their dashboards for their creators.
Okay.
But I think that we're still the go-to kind of de facto resource for both people that work at MCNs and the creators within them.
Okay.
Primarily because other people have tried to compete with our service, but no one has the back data that we do.
Yeah.
So even when these new services rise up, they don't have the historical data, and a lot of creators really want to be able to see that, see how they've grown from like 2014 to now.
Yeah. I know that's very important, especially when these people hit like big milestones, like
Right.
1 million subscribers and stuff. And it's crazy. I was reading this thing in like 2010. There were less than 100 people with 1 million subscribers. In 2012, it was like 500 people with 1 million subscribers. In 2014, it was like getting close to 1,000. And this year, there's like close to like, I think isn't it 5,000?
I want to say 5,000.
Yeah, that's insane. And the growth, do you think that it will continue to rise? Or do you think with YouTube's ad, you know, kind of the recent stories about their ads and Facebook rolling out ads and being a platform that a lot of people are already on.
Yeah.
Chase, I'm getting bored from this conversation. I would like to talk about something else now.
Okay, all right.
I would like to give you two each a concept, and then you can argue about who's right or who's wrong. Okay. How about fame in the modern age is eternal, fame in the modern age is fleeting. You have to defend that point of view. Go.
Fame in the modern age is eternal. I think that's...
You have to defend that. You
have to
defend that.
Dang it. Fame in the modern age is eternal. Creators are creators and celebrities and people, they're getting their name out there and they're becoming famous to the point where that no one's going to forget about them. They're writing their name in the history books. With the internet, everything is archived. They're on Wikipedia.
That's it.
They have all these pages.
That's the only that's the only relevant argument because they're not going to be in history books. No one's going to open a history book in 20 years. Jacob Sartorius is not going to be on the inside of a history book.
There's not going to be books.
No,
as soon
as Vine died, all of the stars died with it. There's like 50 stars that carried over to YouTube. Everyone else, I had 100,000 subscribers on Vine or whatever. After that, like that.
But they're always going to be out there, though.
No, yeah,
you always going to be there. Their fame is always going to be there.
Nope.
They might still not be famous.
The
but
world
they were
always
famous.
must have a different meaning to you than it does me.
Oh, okay.
Because as soon as Musical.ly dies, the stars from there that haven't transitioned over have no chance at transitioning over because they're not going to find the spot in the feed because everyone else is going to be like, follow me on this, follow me on that. And then they're just going to be another person that's like, follow me on this, follow me on that.
But their fame will always be there. Like, it will have always been there.
No.
Like, it existed at one point in time, and so that is eternal. Their stretch of fame lasts.
So I like that
throughout.
argument, except the fact that when they run out of fame money 6 months from now and they have to take a job.
I really like the phrase fame money.
Yes.
Fame money's
great.
I ran out of my influencer money.
Lip singing money,
yes,
right?
I ran out of my lip singing money, and now I can't do anything about that.
Okay.
I mean, they might not have money, but their fame still had existed at some point in time.
So you think that it's eternal from there on out?
So what he's arguing is that our understanding of time is limited at this current moment, so that when we think that this is a specific moment, we are short-sighted, and that in fact, let me get both of us on there. If I'm doing it right.
You just added so much like smarts to your argument.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that what you're
better than I ever could?
No, that's the argument. That time is ethereal, and that if we think that time is only this fleeting moment, we're incorrect. But if we think of time as an eternal structure, then anybody who is ever famous ever
at any point in time
exists as famous forever.
Right.
Even if that fame disappears the next minute.
Right.
Got it. Good argument.
Okay, now let's do another argument. Let's do cabbage versus lettuce. And which one is greener? Because I don't know the answer to that. So
Lettuce is greener.
No, I think you're wrong. I think cabbage is greener.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
cabbage is kind of transparent.
Your
almost.
argument
It's
just
got
turned
that
into
lighter-
no and yes about two
No.
vegetables. I'm gonna guess that's not the content we want to be pumping out. But that's all right. You guys, you keep going on your cabbage lettuce tip.
All right,
for a minute.
so I have a box of questions here.
Are they all about produce?
Yes, we're done talking about produce.
Done talking about.
All right, so Danny, who was your best friend growing up? This is a good time to give a shout out to anyone.
Best friend growing up. Oh man, I had a really close friend, Haley. She was great. We've drifted away since we've grown up, but we had some good times.
Can I ask you a
Elementary
question?
School.
Can I ask you a question? Based on what you're doing with your company and all the stuff you know, who out there is doing something interesting that is not getting the number of views and eyeballs that they deserve? Who are a couple people who you've come across who you're like, that's amazing, or that's interesting, or that's funny, or whatever, and you should be watching more of it?
That's hard. You know, this great company, Switcher Studios, I think they're doing really cool stuff in the live streaming space. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they have this great rig that allows you to do like multi-camera setups to broadcast to like Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, I have heard about them. Oh my gosh. Hashtag sponsored post. But no, like, are there any influencers that, or not influencers, but are there any
Like
content creators
companies.
that are getting like, you know, say like 10,000 views where you're like, man, I could easily see this getting like 100,000 views per video, 1 million views per video if they connected with the right people or if they did this, this, and this.
I think it's hard. I think there's a lot of people that fall under that umbrella.
Do you think that the next YouTube star is in this room as a guest today?
Oh, 100, as a attendee.
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Everyone that started out coming here as an attendee, everyone that's big now started out as an attendee.
Do you think that they will be big on YouTube, or do you think that they will become big on another platform? Do you think that?
I think there's
what
an
do you think
equal
about
chance
the
of it
future
being
of
a
YouTube?
different platform as it is being YouTube. I think it could easily be Facebook. A lot of creators are finally gaining notoriety from that. It's no longer just like the cooking videos that you see on your timeline or news. A lot of people are producing content, personality-based content just for Facebook. Live Me is huge. Live Lee is huge. 2 different platforms, similar names.
And how do they differentiate themselves from apps like Periscope, who have already come and gone? Periscope, Meerkat. There's been apps where you can go live.
Wait, I didn't know Periscope was gone. Is it really gone?
I mean, the user
No,
base
I think it still exists, but the user base isn't there.
Yeah,
For sure.
So like,
I actually got a press release from a company the other day that was talking about Periscope and how, like, they opened with some breaking news about Periscope, and then they told me why it didn't matter in the press release.
Okay.
I thought that was really, really great.
Solid. It's like fight your worst news with.
I think that was from live.me.
Okay.
A lot of them have the user base already. Like, live.ly is Musical.ly is live streaming app. So they already have the user base with Musical.ly. Live.me has found really good success in the fact that they let everyone monetize. You don't need to join a partner program or meet requirements before you can do it. You go on, you start earning money through like in-app payments, and then you can immediately cash out.
Does that mean that the music is inherently already sold out before it begins and therefore can never sell out?
Not necessarily. I think there's still great places to kind of be organic and not be concerned about the money. Facebook, there's not money for most creators yet, but we still see people uploading their content there and building an audience. I don't think that everyone is totally money driven, but it helps if you're a platform and you're trying to get your product out there.
Do you think that there's a point in time where YouTube starts to offer creators like year-long contracts? Like if they're on that borderline, maybe they made $50,000 this year, but maybe they'll make $100,000 next year. Maybe they offer them like a year-long contract to make content for like $70,000 a year.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
because YouTube's already making money from the ads, so they could probably kick.
I don't think they need to lock anyone in, and it's too big of a platform to try and do that at scale. I think that they'll continue to do their original programming with the YouTube Red originals, and then other, deals with other traditional content providers to put their content on YouTube. But I don't think they'll ever work with like new media people and walk them into doing YouTube that way.
Yeah.
Where is the next big source of money going to come from for internet creators? Go.
Ad revenue is still big, but I think some of these subscription platforms.
The next big subscription
platforms are huge. Content creators can now upload their content to Amazon Video and then make money based on people's Amazon Prime and Amazon Video subscriptions that way. And that's happening on a lot of different platforms. YouTube Red is allowing creators to make money like that. Still really similar to ad revenue. I don't think that model is going anywhere anytime soon. But then other than that, you know, merch, tours, more creators are doing tours now than they have ever done in the past. Live entertainment shows, meet and greets, ticketed, things like that.
What does a like vlogger do on a tour that is worth paying money
I
to
can
see?
answer that one.
Okay, go for it.
So there's a vlogger named Casey Neistat who has been uttered into your ear how many times in the past week?
Half dozen.
Half dozen, okay. So Casey Neistat, if he were to go on tour and stuff, he would more or less speak about his experience, right? His experience as a content creator, as a vlogger, coming up in different platforms and industries and kind of balancing that out. And
so
and
not
it
doing
wouldn't
any
be,
entertainment or
exactly.
doing something entertaining?
There would be, I don't think that there would necessarily be any, I don't think entertainment value. I think it's more or less seeing the person you like, hearing their story live, and being kind of motivated. I think it's like motivational speaking.
And I can talk on that too. I've produced a couple of live events with digital stars before in Seattle. And a lot of them do want to hear that motivational, inspirational story. A lot of the younger fans just want to meet the creator. So a lot of these tours are meet and greet heavy, where they'll have a 2-hour meet and greet followed by like a 30-minute show, where the creator will go on stage and they'll either do like a story time, or if they have friends with them, they'll do like challenges or put together like a skit. And so a lot of it is really focused on the meet and greet more than the actual show.
And how do the fans react to seeing that? Like, what do they like most when they see live?
They just love to meet the people.
Okay,
They want
so
that
it's just
personal
the
one-on-one interaction.
Okay.
They want to get their photo. They want to tell them how much the creator means to them, how they might have impacted their lives in some way, and get their minute or two of just FaceTime.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time that we have here with Danny from Social Blade.
Yeah, thanks for
It was good to
having
catch
me.
back up with.
Wait, get his, his things that he wants to
Everything
promote.
is at Danny Fratella.
How do you spell that? Spell it all out.
DannyFratella.
Go to it on the go to it on there.
Go to
Yes,
it on here.
Danny Fratella. There's a yes.
Or you don't have to
that.
do it on there, but yes, whatever
You're
you
a
want.
fast typer, by the way. How many
try.
words per minute do you type?
I think I can peak at like 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're like an employer's dream. You're like, Danny can type 90 words a minute.
I do a lot of typing, for sure.
All right, so this is Danny. Everybody go follow him. He actually only had 111 followers before he hopped on this
Right,
live
I
stream.
got
And
6,000.
he went up
That's
6,000
incredible.
over the course of this live
Stay
stream.
tuned for my tour coming soon.
Yes,
Buy
stay
your tickets
tuned
now.
for his tour. Very inspirational. Big things are happening with you. Oh wait, who are you meet and
you very
greets for?
much.
Is that a meet and greet?
No, it's not a meet and
Oh,
greet.
okay.
No.
So last question before you
Okay.
hop off. If you were to get one of the meet and greets, who would you want?
Oh man. Oh, that's so hard. I love the traditional people. I love like the Grace Helbigs and the Vlog Brothers. I love Hank and Sean.
Okay.
I've already seen them walking around.
Yes.
I would
Is
love
that
to.
like, do people like notice them and like follow them
Yeah,
around?
for sure.
Okay. That's
I
crazy.
mean, they mostly stay backstage.
Yeah. Yeah. I walked around the area back there and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, Danny, it was good having you on.
Thank you very
man.
much.
Thank you for
It's
joining.
great to be here.
Everybody, check him out. Check out what he's doing. Big things. You're traveling the world soon, so have fun, safe travels. Yep. See you, man.
Commercial break.